Hello guys, welcome to a new video. And as you all know, April 15th is coming fast and that's the tax deadline. I wanted to make this quick video so you are aware what things to look for if you have not yet filed taxes. This is gonna be a very important video, so watch till the end to know what things could save you a lot of money. If you are interested, stick around, and with that, let's start. Hello guys, welcome to AD Finance, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. I make a lot of videos around options and in general trading as well. So if you are interested in those areas, definitely do stick around, and if you like this video, do subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, with that, I just wanted to discuss quickly because tax is coming along. It's April 15th is the tax deadline, right? So there are few. I made a video actually last year, I believe. It's about the 1099 form that you all would have already received, and that video I received a lot of comments in that video, and just wanted to follow up on that video and some key things that have kind of shifted and would be definitely good to know if you have not yet filed. Now, before I proceed, right, I would definitely, if you have not watched that video, I will link that video that explains the 1099 form in detail and how you can navigate that form, because that's if you're new to taxes, and if especially if you're planning to file it by yourself, or if even if not, in either ways it's good to know what is there in that form, because that form is very important for your tax purposes. Now, coming to this video, right, there are some key three things that I want to quickly touch on, because those three things could save you a lot of money. So I'm gonna go one by one, and then I'm gonna explain you with some screenshot on where to look for that information. So the first one, right, and that is about the index option. So if you are into options trading, then it kind of taxes at usual rate, which is like either a short term capital gain or a long term, right? So now if you don't know what a short term and long term is, very quickly, again, there's a detailed video about that as well. But short term is something that you buy and then you sell within the year. If you hold something more than a year, that goes in your long term taxes, and IRS is more favorable for the long term taxes, right? Short term is always taxed at your regular income cap. So if you earn, let's say 100K, right, and then this short term gain is gonna be added up on as ordinary income, and then whatever tax slab you fall into, you're gonna be taxed around that. Usually, if you are in a good income range, that's gonna be about 24 to 22 to 24%. That's IRS gonna take, right, if you do short-term trading. For long term, it's hovering around like 15%. So it's always good to hold the stocks for long. But if you are, again, if you are in options, I know a lot of people like myself as well. I do weekly trading, weekly expiry options or monthly, right? So all of that is gonna add up, and then at the end of the year, you will have a good lump sum amount that you have to pay taxes on. So that's where this first point comes in, right? Which is taxes on a particular stock is different than index option, right? So if you normal, right, like Tesla or Apple, right, those stocks, if you do options, they are gonna be taxed as your regular, like explained, short-term capital gain tax. However, if you do index options, then they do 60-40 split, right? So out of that gain, let's say you made $1,000, right, gain. Out of that, only 600 is gonna be taken as a long term, and then 40% is gonna be taken as the short term, right? So that's where you save a lot of money by doing index options, right? So you do have to keep that in mind, and if you don't know, you can actually see this information in your section 1256, right? Check that if you have any index options, and then uh, adjust your income when you file the return, adjust accordingly. So important thing to check your section 1256, that if you have done any index options. So that was the first point about doing the index options. And now moving on to the second thing, right, and that is about the wash sale rule. Okay, this is a very important phenomena that is in the tax. If you are into trading, you should know what a wash sale rule is. So very simply, I have a detailed video again, but I want to quickly cover this out because we know that taxes are due. I don't think you can do much right now, but it's at least good to know, to see in your tax 1099 form where this goes in. I will put a screenshot where you can see your wash sale where it goes in, so you will have an idea about where to look for that, right? So okay, so very quickly, right, what the wash sale rule is, right? So basically, let's say you sell an Apple stock, right, and that's gonna be counted at day zero. Okay, and then within the 30 days after selling that stock, if you buy Apple or something similar, right, so let's say QQQ, they are gonna be, IRS is gonna treat that as the same as Apple. So if you buy something within the 30 days, that's your danger zone period. And if you buy something, then that loss that you got by selling that stock is not gonna be counted, and that is what's called as wash sale rule, right? After 30 days, you are in a safe zone. So if you buy something after 30 days, then whatever loss you got by selling that stock will be counted as your proper loss that you can actually claim from your gains. Okay, but if you buy something within the 30 days, that's gonna be counted at a wash sale rule, and you won't be able to claim for that year. But again, it's not lost forever. You can always claim that for your subsequent filing as well. So that's what the wash sale rule in nutshell. There is a dedicated video I made, so you can definitely watch that to get more idea about it. And I also showed you where to look for that wash sale, right? Whether you had a wash sale, at least by looking at it. If you have already filed your taxes, at least by looking at it, you will have an idea for next year what to do about that wash sale amount that you see there. Okay, so those were the two things that I covered. The first was we covered about the options like the index option or the other regular stocks. The second was the wash sale, and now the third thing, right, which is about the form 8949. Okay, and that is a form that you should be really focusing on, whether that's basically where everything is listed, right? So you have to verify all the cost basis, every trade, that's all listed there. So do watch out for filing that you have everything listed there. So those are the three things. I'm just gonna summarize it again because for the April 15, right? Three things before the April 15 you should check out. First thing is 1256, and check if you traded any index options. Again, those are gonna be taxed differently. Second is the wash sale, very important. If you have something, do take note of that because you will have a chance to do it next year. And this year you cannot do, but at least you know what happened. You can go back and see your trades, what you did wrong, what you, how you could have avoided those things, right? Third is form 8949. That's the form where everything is listed, so do watch out for that very properly. Okay, if you are planning to file your taxes by your own, I always do my own taxes. You can use this is again not a sponsored video, but I found the Free Tax USA. They are pretty good, so if you wanna try them out, I have a link down below. You can check. It's very easy to file. If you have any questions, I'm not a tax professional, but in general, if you have any questions around that, definitely put your questions down in comment below and I will be happy to respond to them. With that, I'm closing this one. If you like this video, do like, subscribe, and share with your friends. With that, I'm closing this one. Happy investing, guys. Bye bye.